Hey Debbie, it's so nice to see you. I'm so excited to hear more about where you're from and your business. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, Tina, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here, and it's certainly great to meet you. And I am located in Northwest Florida in the Panhandle. And for those of you who don't know, the Panhandle is that part of Florida up here. Florida kind of goes around. So I'm in Northwest Florida along the Gulf Coast,
Mhm.
and we call it the Emerald Coast. We are predominantly a vacation destination, second home market. We have white sand beaches, emerald green waters. My husband and I moved here in 2004, and I've been selling real estate ever since.
Mhm.
And it's just a really, really it's just an incredible lifestyle. I grew up in the Northeast and never lived in a small town till
Mhm.
we moved here. And it's, you go to the grocery store and you always bump into somebody or you can just to go to the DMV, you don't even have to wait in line. So it's really kind of cool, and
Wow.
it's just a fun area to live in.
Yeah. To give people an idea, like a lot of people don't realize how incredibly large Florida is. So I'm in Naples, all the way down on the southwest corner, and you're all the way at the top left, I
Yes.
would guess, of Florida. How long do you think, how many hours do you think it is away? I'm guessing it's probably 8, maybe more.
Yes.
Hmm.
No, good guess, because my husband and I vacationed in Florida, which is kind of funny, on the East Coast, and that was about 8.5. And so
Hmm.
you're probably pretty similar.
Hmm. So
And
let's, yeah, yeah.
Florida is a big state.
Yeah, it's huge. So the other interesting part I feel like about our conversation here is that, even though we're both in Florida, our seasons where we're really busy in real estate are completely different because of the weather. And you have seasons in Florida like they would in the Northeast, not quite as dramatic, right? But
Thankfully, not as dramatic. My husband and I hate the cold weather, which is why we live in Florida. So, yes, we are opposite as far as the rental seasons, where now
Mhm.
we are quiet and you guys have a lot of snowbirds.
Mhm.
We do get 4 seasons. Thankfully, winter is very short.
Mhm.
It's unusually cold this year, earlier this year, but January,
Mhm.
February can get a little chilly at night, doesn't stay cold. And then our season really starts spring break, our
Mhm.
rental season, I should say, starts spring break, goes into summer, and then we have some fall breaks. And then we do have owners that come and guests that come for the holidays. So
Mhm.
on average, it's about 26 weeks a year spread
Okay.
out through the year.
And our peak season here in Naples is pretty much January through April. So, how cold does it get in the Destin area?
It can be in the 30s at night. And like
Hmm.
next week, we're going to have temps in the 30s, which again is really unusual for this time of the year. Typically, maybe January, February, we'll get a night here, a night there that could dip into the upper 30s or low 40s. It's
Hmm.
usually in the 50s during the day during the winter time. And it's bearable. You get to, wear your sweaters and put some jackets on, but the
Hmm.
next day it could be 60, and then we're going to have could be weather in the 70s. So
Right.
you just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. So let's talk. I know you have a video too, if you can pop that up at any
Sure.
time, but let's talk too about your customers. Where are they coming from? You said it's a seasonal market. I'm guessing mostly second homes or investors there. Um, and oh my gosh, it looks completely different than Naples.
It really is different than Naples, and this is a Gulfront condo. And my market, I have typically catered to the investor and second homeowner.
Okay.
Until the pandemic, I mean, we really grew with primary residences during the pandemic, which I think a lot of areas did because people could be remote. And this is our beautiful waters and beaches and
Unbelievable. It's so
just a
pretty.
gorgeous, yeah, beautiful, beautiful condo.
Hmm.
And so I have a lot of investors who purchase and then rent out
Hmm.
as a vacation rental. My husband and I owned and operated a boutique vacation rental company for almost 10 years.
Wow.
He ran the company. I kind of did a lot of back end stuff.
Hmm.
And we did sell it last year. And so we really know and understand that market. We
Hmm.
personally own vacation rentals. And so when it comes to really knowing the rental market and the investments, that is really our forte and my forte. My husband's joining me in real estate coming up next year.
Mm-hmm.
And so he really can evaluate numbers for vacation rentals for
That's
clients.
great. So do you guys have a lot of rental restrictions? I know here in Naples, we do have a lot of rental restrictions. Our typical is 30-day minimum rent, up to 12 leases a year. That's pretty common, especially for the condos. What about you guys?
We do not. Now, not to say there are some communities and a handful of condo buildings that are rental restriction or
Hmm.
rental restricted. For the most part, we don't have restrictions. So our area, really how we're surrounded by some military bases, and then in the middle is kind of Walton County, which is the county where Scenic Highway 30A is, where Rosemary Beach and Santa Rosa Beach and a bunch of other communities are. We kind of live on and really count on that bed tax.
Mm,
And so thankfully it's we knock on wood, there's so much going on in the rental industry right now with vacation rentals, and there's cities that are just outright banning them.
right.
That I never say never, but the chances of that happening in this area are slim, just because we need that bed tax and that we live and die by tourism.
So you brought that condo up. What's the price point of something like that along the Gulf? Is that what was that a 3-2 or a 2-2?
That is actually a 3 bedroom, 3.5 bath.
Wow, okay.
And I currently have that one listed for 3,150,000.
Hmm.
And the current owners don't rent it, but that could be a vacation rental.
Hmm.
And so again, it just kind of depends the location, the size of the property. A 1-2 bedroom along 30A, a
Hmm.
million and up, and then the single family homes that are Gulf front, you're in the 8-10 million and up, just
Hmm.
depends.
So what are the single family homes like? Are they the stilt houses? I'm trying to imagine what what they look like.
In this area, we don't have those stilt homes. In
Hmm.
other parts of, I think, kind of east and west of us, you do.
Okay.
But it could be a lot of times the Gulf front homes, you may have block construction on the first floor and then
Mhm.
frame on the second floor. Now they'll build them up because of the elevation, but
Mhm.
they're not on pilings, or
Okay.
as sometimes we call them stilts, but they're not on pilings. So it's more of the cottage style, um, not it's so different from the Northeast, of course. And
Hmm.
so it's really more cottage style looking,
Hmm.
Florida homes.
Okay. So then where are your customers coming from? What states are they kind of coming from?
Mostly the Southeast. We are the second largest drive to vacation destination behind Disney. And
Oh.
so if you were to draw a semicircle, let's say from Texas, and draw it around, so you have like Texas, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia,
Hmm.
um, and I'm not great with, and so that is really our biggest markets
Hmm.
because people are driving here.
Absolutely.
Lately, we've gotten some people coming from California. So
Hmm.
that's kind of been a bigger market for us. But mostly people are driving because they own the property and then they can drive here. They don't have to worry about
Wow.
flying.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's completely different than us too, because we're mostly, I would say, Northeast and Midwest are our biggest markets. So completely different, and everybody
Yeah.
flies so far away.
Well, and part of our challenge is we don't have direct flights. So I
Yeah.
have family in the Northeast. I have to go
Hmm.
through Atlanta. Now,
Hmm.
as we've grown, some of these airlines have had, like Southwest has direct flights to Nashville, or
Hmm.
there are some direct flights to parts of Texas. But for the most part, in the Northeast, we don't have direct flights. So it is a little bit harder to get here.
Hmm. Definitely. So
Yeah.
what else is drawing people? I mean, you guys have amazing beaches. What else is there to do in your area?
The beaches are really the biggest draw, to be honest,
Hmm.
and it's the lifestyle. And so on 30A, people can on certain parts of 30A where you vacation, you don't even have to drive. You get
Ah,
here, once you've done your grocery shopping, you can walk and bike everywhere.
mhm,
And so it's really kind of that lifestyle. A lot of
ah,
it's a very active
mhm,
community. But
mhm.
the beaches and the weather are really our biggest draw.
That's it sounds amazing. I can't wait to visit someday.
Yes, you're gonna have to come visit anytime. Just let me
Yeah,
know.
sounds good. Well, I appreciate all your time today, Debbie. It was so interesting learning more about your part of Florida. It just sounds like a wonderful place to be and a wonderful place to invest too. So I hope we get the chance to work together.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. And thank you so much for having me.
Definitely. Take care.